Hi friends, welcome to Tabletop tonight. I'm Ruel and today I'm going to teach you all how to play Groo the card game. This is from Steve Jackson Games, and I actually kickstarted this last year, got my copy. I'm excited to get it at the table because I'm a huge Groo the Wanderer fan, one of my all-time favorite comic books. And hey, if you do me a favor, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. So let's get to the game. Groo the card game is about trying to build your glorious town and trying to avoid Groo, who, if you know the comic book, you know he's a bit destructive. So, as the first player of a three-player game that I've set up here, I'm going to start with Groo in my town. Now, there are 6 phases to every turn, and they're pretty simple. They're pretty straightforward. You're going to discard if you'd like. That's optional. You'll draw back up to 5. Everyone starts with 5 cards. You're going to attack. That's optional. And then construct. And there's a leftover phase, and then a second draw phase. So you always have chances to get through the deck of cards here. So you always have choices to make, and you won't get stuck with hopefully a bad, or hopefully not, a bad hand of cards. Okay, so let's take a look here. I've got cards here. I've got 5 cards. You know what? I've got 3 buildings, but I want some more troops because you're going to be building 2 rows of cards in front of you. You're going to have your troop cards, okay, which will help you attack other towns or defend your own town. And then you'll have your buildings that are in the town. Now, the buildings are the most important part because they have the victory points on them. This is a race to 7 victory points. And then whoever triggers that and 7 or more, then whoever has the most will win the game. In a 2-player game, it's actually up to 10. But we have a 3-player game, it's up to 7. So I'm looking at my cards. You know what? I'm afraid of Groo and all my opponents. So I'm going to trade out this School of Arms. So in the first phase, I'm going to discard face up. Then I'm going to draw back up to 5. I have 4, so second phase, I draw back up. And hey, I've got a dragon. This is cool. So the dragon, it's going to give me, oh, there's a little see-through, so let me take that off. It's going to give me 5 attack and 3 shield. And that's going to come into play as we start doing the attacks and stuff. So you'll see that. So the attack phase, this is optional. Again, I don't have anything built up. We're still in the start of the game, so we're going to skip that and go to the construction phase. So during the construction phase, you're going to take a couple of steps here. You're going to take all these dice, okay? And actually, let me show you what's on the dice first. You have the Groo movement die. This is going to move Groo from town to town, either right 2 spaces, left, or if you see Referto, the dog, Referto, I love the artwork. I mean, this is great. Referto means the Groo will stay there in the current town. And then you have the raw materials dice. We have a bunch of different types of material. You have goods. You have, oh, excuse me, goods or supplies, actually. You have labor. You have copins. We all know that's the money in the Groo world. And then we have some Groo heads. The Groo heads will actually be used for Groo effects. So we're going to take all the dice. This is the construction phase. Roll them. And then let's see what we have. We have a bunch of labor. We have supplies. We have a Groo head. And we see Groo has to move right. So that's going to be done immediately. So we move Groo left to right from me to the second player now. Haha. Groo is out of my town. And then now you may build buildings or lay down troops. So again, on the left side here, you're going to show what materials. Oh, and this is all green. This is the materials that you're going to use. In this case, this shipyard costs a copin and some supplies. And you'll see some of them have ongoing effects. This one says, if Groo comes to your town, the shipyard is automatically destroyed. We all know in the comic books how much Groo loves those shipyards. And if as long as it's in front of you, you got 2 victory points, okay? So pretty cool. I feel like that's a good one. But then I like this one as well, the orphanage. This is worth 2 victory points as well. But the Groo effect cards will not affect your buildings or troops. And that is important because Groo effect cards can mess with you. So I'm going to build that one first. So let's move this phase card. So these are the tableaus you're going to be building. So you're going to spend the materials. I need 2 labor and 1 supply. So we've spent those there. This is what we have left. Now we've moved Groo right. So that's already spent. Can I build anything else? I've got a Groo head. The Groo head is used for effects, Groo effects. I don't have any of those in my hand. So then now I have a labor and a supply left. So hey, that's pretty cool. I can build a cavalry. So I spend those. That is a supply and that. A supply and labor. So now I'm going to put the troop here. The troop is worth 2 attack and 1 shield. Okay, and we'll talk about that more as the game develops here. So that is the end of my construction phase because I have a Groo head, but I have nothing left here. And then we go to the leftover phase. Now, the leftover phase, basically any dice that were not used by the active player will go clockwise, and then any other player can use it. So let's look at the second player. They've got these here. Oh, hey, look, excuse me. They have a Groo effect, the Wanderer, and you could do this immediately. So this is actually pretty cool. So the second player has the Wanderer, Groo effect. Next town, move Groo to any other town. So again, we don't want Groo in our town. So this second player says, I'm going to use the leftover here, spend it to use the Wanderer, Groo effect, move Groo to any other town. They're just going to move to the third player. All right, cool. So that's the end of the leftover phase. Next, we go to the second draw phase. And the second draw phase, you're just going to draw back up to 5. It now has a Groo effect and also the Butcher. So that's the end of the first player's turn. Well done. They've got an orphanage and a cavalry in their town. Now we go to the second player. Again, okay, so they have 4 cards because they had played that Groo effect. Now they're going to go to the first step, which is the discard phase. Again, they could discard any or all, but they want to keep these buildings. They're just going to draw back up to 5. So this is the draw phase. And they've got bowmen. Okay. And then they're done with that. They're not going to attack because they have nothing in their tableau. So they're going to move to the next phase, which is the construction phase. Let's take the dice, roll them up. Okay. So we first check the Groo movement die. It's Referto, and that says Groo's going to stay where he is. So yay, Groo over there. Oh, wow, look at all those. We've rolled a bunch of Groo heads and a couple of supplies. So let's see if we have any of those. We don't have any Groo effect cards, so we're not going to be able to play that. But with these 2 there, we can build. So you have to be able to use all the supplies. So, for instance, I could not just use that supplies. I need a Copen, supply, and labor to do that card or to put that troop out. But we do have a bowman, so we're going to spend 1 supply and place a bowman there, hopefully to defend our great land and also maybe attack later. And that's all we can do for this second player. They can't do anything else, so it passes into the leftover phase. The third player, let's see. Oh, they've got a Groo effect that they can use. They also have, let me see, they have Copen, building, a marketplace, Toronto. Again, as a Groo the Water fan, you're going to recognize all the great characters and places. I mean, there's our buddy Arcadio. But the only thing they can do right now is this Groo effect here. So if they spend one of the Groo heads, they could do this, which they probably don't want to do. This is army training. Remove all troop cards requiring labor at Groo's current location. So Groo's current location is there, so they don't want to do that to themselves. But if let's say if a Groo was here, they could play this, and it says remove all troop cards requiring labor, which this one does, from that location. So it's a good way to get rid of troops. But they're not going to use that. They cannot build anything, so it passes over to me, the first player. Let's see. I have an effect here. I'm going to save this one. So this says a town in need. This costs 2 Groo heads. I could do that, but it says move Groo to any town and destroy a building of your choice. Now, it's a little early in the game because there's no, I'm the only one that has a building, so I don't want to do it to myself. So I'm going to pass. Now, every player has had a chance at the leftovers. We didn't use them, so that's it. It just goes, it'll just end the leftover phase right there. All players have had a chance to use them. So now we continue with the current player, player 2, and we go to the second draw phase. So this is where they can draw back up to 5. And, oh, they got a Groo effect card. And that's the end of their turn. Now it's the third player's turn. They have Groo in their hand, in their city. Again, they can discard here at this phase, but again, it's early in the game. They're going to keep these, and they're going to, they already have 5, so they're going to continue on to the construction phase. Again, skipping over the attack phases. They don't have anything to use attack. And let's see, there's the Groo movement die. We rolled some raw materials. This says Groo's going to move right twice. So again, because the table, just the way the table's set up, we're going to lap over. So 1, 2. So now the second player has Groo in their town. Not a good thing, as we all know. And we're going to continue on to skipping past the attack phase to the construction phase, which is what we've done here. We've moved Groo. Now, let's see if we can build some stuff here. We've got a main gate. We've got Toronto. We've got Arcadia. We have this Groo effect here. Okay. Oh, hey, why don't we do this? So the third player, remember, has an arming trading card, Groo effect. Remove all troop cards requiring labor at Groo's current location. So we are going to play that using this Groo head. So we'll put that there. And Groo's current location's here. The bowman requires, does this require labor? Oh, okay, I misread it. So this isn't labor, these are supplies. Now, if the Groo was over here in the cavalry, that is labor, like the little person right there. So if I would have used this for this, then we just remove the cavalry. But Groo is over here. This card I will not be able to use because it requires Groo's current location. Okay, so the third player is going to save that card, not use that yet. Now they could build stuff here. They have a couple of things they can build. Okay, let's use Arcadio. Arcadio is a good one. It's got supplies and labor, and so we're going to spend those. Arcadio, this is a troop, and this says discard. Discard to cancel any effect caused by a building for 1 turn. Does not affect buildings that must be discarded for their effects. Okay, Arcadio, well done. And they go here to protect their town. Now, third player also, there's still some resources left. They've got, they can build 2 different items here. So they've got a main gate, which is going to cost 1 Copen, and it's worth 1 victory point. If the Great Wall is also in your town, you are not affected by Groo effect cards. So that's a good one to combo. So we're going to spend that. It's worth 1 victory point. And then they have this one, the Marketplace, which costs 2 labor. Spend that. And it says, when you roll the dice, you may change 2 identical results into 1 different result of your choice. And that's worth 1 victory point. All right, cool. So they're going to save those 2 cards there. They have this Groo head left over, but they can't use it. So rolls over to this player, me. Let's see if I have any Groo effects. I do have a Groo effect, a town I need, but I need 2 Groo heads, so I cannot do that. Let's see the second player. They also have one for 2 Groo heads. They cannot do that. So we continue on to the second draw phase. This player here has got 2 cards, draws back up to 5. Oh, and hey, our first event card. So anytime you pull an event card, you must play it immediately. So this is Groo's Rampage. This is an event. Play this card right now. Until the beginning of your next turn, all Groo heads rolled are doubled. Oh, okay. That's sort of cool. So now we're going to leave this here in front of me just to remind, or this player just to remind that this is going to be in effect until it comes back here. So we're going to continue that final draw phase. Let's see. Broken drawbridge. Oh, a Great Wall. Wow, we pulled it. Okay, so if we can get this played with the main gate, we are not affected by, this player is not going to be affected by Groo effect cards. So that's cool. Okay, cool. That's the end of that player's turn. So now it's back to me. Let's see what I can do. I can draw cards, right? Or I can play cards. Let me see. What am I going to draw? You know what? I'm good. I think I'm good with these because I have a nice mix of, I've got a couple of buildings, I've got a couple of troops, and I have a Groo effect. So we are going to go past the discard phase, past the draw phase. So I have 5. Do I want to attack? I feel like, let's attack. Let's attack for funsies. I want to show y'all what attacking is all about. We're going to use the cavalry, and you pick 1 city or town, and we're going to pick this town here, the one in the middle, and we're going to attack. So the attack phase, which is optional, we're going to use it. You can take all or some of your troops and attack 1 town. So I'm going to attack this town here, and then the defender can do the same thing. They can play cards, or they can just say, I'm not going to defend, I'm not going to use any of these cards. So that's what they're going to do. They're just going to say, you know what, my defense is 0, yours is 1, and you know what, I just realized, why am I attacking them? There's no buildings here. You want to attack to crush buildings, so let's just say I didn't say that. I could attack here, but that's not going to help. So we're not going to attack. Well, let's roll back that back. You know, I would edit this, but I'm not going to edit it. We're just going to keep rolling here. We are going to skip the attack phase and go to the construction phase. So let's roll the dice. Okay. Uh-oh. We've got supplies, a couple of labor. Oh, we got a ton of supplies. But Groo is going to move right twice. So 1, 2. Ay, ay, ay. Groo is here. And let's see. We've got an orphanage in play. What can we build? We got labor. And we've got a bunch of supplies. We have Copins here. And remember, Groo's Rampage, any Groo heads are doubled, but we don't have that here yet. Bummer. Okay, well, we could build a butcher's. So this adds 1 VP if the baker and the candlestick maker are in your town. That's funny. So we've spent 1 labor. And we don't have anything else to build. So we let the dice go into the leftover phase. Let's see what the second player does. Second player. Ooh, the second player, you could use all those right there. Yeah, look at the second player. They're going to build a farm. See, so now I should attack them, or attack this player. But attack phase optional, we race skip that. So they're going to use all three of those supplies to make the farm. And the farm says, when you roll the dice, double all supply results. Extra supplies are not passed on. So this would be worth 2 on their turn. And look at this. They have another one. They can build a school of arms here. Excuse me. They've used the School of Arms. This says adds +1 defense to any 1 troop card in your town. So now this bowman, instead of 0 for defense, it's +1 for 1. All right. And that's all the dice. So that's it for the leftover phase. Once you use all the dice, that's just it. So construction phase, leftover phase, now the second draw phase. I have 4. I'm going to draw back up to 5. And it's another Groo effect. This one's only 1. Or what? It costs 1 Groo head. Okay, second player in turn order here. Let's go 1, 2 to draw back up. Okay, and let's see. They've got, okay, so they're going to, they could attack, but it's only 0. It doesn't really do them any good. So they're going to go into the construction phase. Roll them dice. Okay. Bunch of raw materials have been rolled, as well as the Groo die. Says move left twice over. 1, 2. So, oh man, Groo is back in their town. So let's see what they're going to build. They have these in their hand. Okay, so I think they're going to try to get some more troops out because, you know, this first player, they're like, oh my gosh, this guy's trying to attack me already. So I need to get some troops out there. Let's see. This cavalry. Oh, Shakal. No Groo effect or wildcard will affect the army that Shakal is in. So we're going to play her. And again, all the classic Groo characters here. This costs a supply and a labor. Okay, so now this defense is 3. Okay, now you're looking stronger here. We have a Groo head, 1 Groo head. And hey, Groo heads are now doubled. Until the beginning of your next turn, all Groo heads are rolled or doubled. So they can do this Groo effect. Yeah. Oh, and you don't want to do this because Groo destroys 3 buildings at its current location. That would be on itself. This player does not want to do that. Let's see. Ooh. Arba and Dakarba. This is interesting. This is an interesting card. So if you play this, you may discard it at the beginning of your attack phase to switch hands with another player. Oh, very fun. I feel like this is very, you know, it's got a very Munchkin-like gameplay style to it. But I really like how fast you can cycle through the cards. And again, I'm a Groo fan, so I'm going to be all over the artwork and everything. You know what? We're going to build this here. Oh, and remember the farm? I'm doubling all my supply results. So I actually have 2 more supplies here. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. This, and this. For Arba, okay. And then I would have 1 more. Okay, no. It wouldn't. Okay. We will go with Arba and Dakarba. So, Copin, supply, and labor. Okay. So now this army is looking pretty strong now in the second player. And this is doubled, so no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so now we pass the dice. Let's see if this player can do it. And hey, they've got a Oh, okay. This is that card they're going to play from earlier. The Groo effect costs 1. This is actually 2, but they're going to use it. Remove all troop cards requiring labor at Groo's current location. So they're going to spend that, and they're going to hose this second player. All troops requiring labor. That's this and this. Oh, bummer. Wah, wah. So that goes away. And that's all the dice. That is it. So this player is now going to draw back up to 5. Boom, boom. Got some more buildings. And then it's this player's turn. The third player. They are going to draw back. Again, they could discard if they'd like. And let's see. Yeah, you know what they're going to say? Let's discard a couple of these. Let's see if we can go heavy on the troops. So discard 2, draw back up to 5. We have a Groo effect. The Mendicant. There's a troop of the pikemen and a temple. All right. So they have drawn. They go. Can they go to an attack phase? They only have 1 here. But they could go here and attack. You know, they're going to attack. They are going to attack. What they're going to do is... Oh, do they pick on this person who they've just been beating up on? No, they're going to go over here. So what they do is they're going to commit to the attack, Arcadio. And then this player, me, can say, I can commit the same number of troops as them, which I am going to do. I have to do it because 3 minus 1 is 2. And what are the differences? Let me show you on screen here. So we have Arcadio with 3, and let me take that off. That's the attack. This is defense. So 3 minus 1 equals 2. And that is going to be the number of victory points that you can destroy. So if I didn't commit this, this person would have had 3. They could have destroyed all my buildings. But I'm going to do 3 minus 1 equals 2. So this orphanage is going to be destroyed. And then all troops committed from both sides are going to be discarded. Okay, so it's a constant, cycling through the troops. So they're going to go away. Now, if I could have said, you know what? No, I want to keep my troop there. So I don't commit this. It would be 3 minus 0 equals 3. They would have gotten rid of both of these. And then their troop. But because I did not commit this, it would have stayed there. But I did commit it. These both go away. And then they had 2 victory points to smash. And that is it. So that is the attack phase. Again, that is right before the construction phase. So they've just attacked. Now they're going to construct by rolling the dice. Groo is going to move left. So, hey, it's back on me, the first player. And this player here has played, or has gotten 2 labors, a Groo head, a supply, and a Copen. So until the beginning of my next turn, all Groo heads are doubled. So it's the beginning of next turn. So this is out of play now. Groo heads are no longer doubled. And then we're going to see, what we want to build. We have Groo. We do have 1 Groo head, but again, it's not doubled anymore, so cannot play the Mendicant. Temple needs 3 labor. Can't do that. We could build the pikemen. You know what? Yeah, after losing a troop in the fight, we're going to have to build another. We want to get another troop, so we're going to spend those 2 to get the pikemen out there. And then we have, let's see, we could do a broken drawbridge for a supply. And this is remove 1 supply result when you roll dice. Okay. And don't forget, we had this marketplace. When you roll the dice, you may change 2 identical results into 1 different result of your choice. So that would have been interesting. I could have changed both of these into a Groo head, and that second Groo head would allow me to do the Mendicant. So, but we wouldn't have wanted to do that because it's discard all troop cards at Groo's current location. Nothing to do there. Okay. So we've spent all that. We're going to hold on to these, and these have been spent. Oh, this one as well. Do we have anything for that? No, we don't. So this leftover phase, we go over here. Can I use these? Now, Groo is in my town, so I don't want to use these Groo effects. Oh, only if I only had 2 Groo heads, I could have moved him and destroyed stuff. Let's see. I don't have anything to spend there. I do not have Copen, so it goes to the second player. What can they do? They've got a labor building. They've got a Groo head. This one needs 2 Groo heads. They could build. Oh, they could build the cavalry. Okay, they're going to build up supply and labor. And again, everyone's had a chance now. These dice are done. The excuse me, the construction phase is over, or the leftover phase is over, and it's back to this player. They have 3 cards, and they're going to draw back up to 5. Oh, first of all, there's an event. Anytime there's an event, you immediately do it. Let's see. Tax collector Play this card right now. Each player must discard one building or troop card from their hand or in play that requires copins. Okay, again, copins is the currency. So let's start with the first player, or the current player. They don't want to get rid of their buildings or the troops. This player has 1, 2, 3, 4 points, so they're halfway to winning already. So they're going to discard this one that requires copins from their hand. Okay, then we go to me. Nothing here, but I do have these two, which is going to hurt because I really want to build my troops. So I do have the shipyard. The shipyard's nice because, well, no, the shipyard isn't nice because if Groo comes to your town, the shipyard's automatically destroyed. It is worth 2 victory points, though. We have Palindrome. We have the dragon, super powerful. It's got 5 attack and 3 shields, so we want to keep him. We're going to get rid of... I guess we'll get rid of Palindrome. Yeah, bye Palindrome. And then finally, the second player, they're going to look, let's see, they got 2 things that require copins. Either get rid of the customs house or the military stable. They like the military stable because it adds 1 attack to any 1 troop, which this one has defense, so they're going to keep that. Well, they'll get rid of the customs house. Okay, and that's the end of the third player's turn. It goes back to me, and I think that's a good place to stop right there, folks. You've just gotten a good look at Groo the card game. It's a fun little light the card game in the vein of Munchkin. And again, I love the artwork. This is Groo. I mean, all artwork, of course, by the incredible Sergio Aragones. You have the Fray. You need help. I'll show these on the bigger screen here. I mean, classic Groo, right? Groo's Confusion. The pawn shop. And again, you know, because of I love Sergio's art because there's so much detail, right? And you'll be looking at these just like the comic book, and you'll notice like little things here and there that, you know, you'll see on like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th viewings, right? All the details and whatnot. Here's friends like these. Here's the blacksmith. And again, anytime I see Groo with the 2 swords, it always cracks me up. It's classic Groo, folks. And anyways, that is how to play Groo the card game. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, I'll see you here at the table on Tabletop Tonight. All right, bye, friends.